Queria começar esse vídeo dizendo ordem no tribunal. Eu sou a Furina. Tô aqui no trono dela, dentro de Fontaine. E é isso, né, cara? Fontaine, finalmente a real está bem na minha frente. Região maravilhosa, região da Awa.
Toma Awa.
Acabei de dar uma leve exploradinha aqui no lugar só pra liberar uns teleportes. Pra não ficar meio chato de fazer a exploração depois, né? Aí depois eu libero tudo. Mas vamos fazer a história, né? Vá até o ribaite de caravanas. Eu pretendia fazer um videozinho tipo, primeiras impressões, explorando Fontaine, não sei o que, mas eu fiquei, cara, isso que eu tô fazendo não tá legal. Eu acho que não vou continuar com isso não. Aí eu desisti da ideia no meio do caminho. Eu cheguei a gravar toda a missão do Caeia, né, de encontro. Só que a última parte que eu fiz do arquivo, eu acho que corrompeu. Então assim, eu não sei se eu vou postar esse encontro do Caeia. Eu preciso dar uma olhada pra ver se dá pra postar ou não. Se der pra postar, eu posto junto com a história de Fontaine aí, e é isso.
Oh, Paimon remembers. Nahita's consciousness had been trapped by the doctor, but we followed the clues she left behind to help her.
Boa memória.
So much time has already passed since then, and it seems Sumeru's changing for the better now that Nahita's in charge, right? Paimon just hopes this peace will last a long time, and then Nahita won't have any more new problems to deal with.
Contanto que a gente esteja por perto, né?
Yeah, guess you're right. We somehow always find ourselves right in the thick of it. Who knows what will happen next? Come to think of it, maybe it's all because of you.
Por sua causa.
For trouble.
Ah, sim, sou eu que tô trazendo o problema, né?
Me? Before Paimon ran into you, Paimon never ran into any trouble. At most, when she was super tired, Paimon got caught in some strange whirlpool and sucked out into sea. And even then, you fished Paimon out. Anyway, for Nahita's sake, maybe we should think about heading to our next destination for now.
Nação da Awa.
Look who it is.
Opa, moça.
Like this, I can see you two still love wandering around.
Eu vi que você ia ter algumas falas, mas... mesmo assim ainda foi uma surpresa te encontrar aqui.
Yeah. Since when are we just wandering around? We're usually taking care of some serious business. But never mind that. What brings you here?
I just finished a commission in the desert for a usual client of mine. Nothing too interesting. Just escorting a shipment of goods. I'm on my way to report back. That's when I saw you two all the way over there, chatting away. What were you two talking about anyway?
O que tá dando foco nesse cara aqui toda hora? Tô entendendo isso. Óbvio, né? O infeliz tá de olho em mim.
Tô de olho no senhor.
Can't say I saw that coming. But you are travelers after all. I guess you'd never stay for too long in one place. Bumping into you like this will become a rarity. I'm starting to feel sad just thinking about it. Hey, how about I gather a few mercs to escort you two?
Thanks, but no need. Oh, Paimon had no clue you'd miss us so much. But don't worry, we'll come back to see everyone when we get a chance.
Sounds good.
Você de
All
saudade,
you need to do to
moça.
get to Fontaine is cross this stretch of desert and navigate some waterways. Knowing you two, I'm sure it won't be anything you can't handle. So, when are you leaving?
Agora.
Oh, wait a sec. Paimon just remembered there are still a few dishes in Sumeru that Paimon hasn't tried yet. Now, where's that list Paimon made?
Óbvio, né? Só pensa em comida, essa coisa.
Guess you won't be needing a going away party or anything. It's sad enough to see you go like this. Though, now that I think about it, Sumeru wouldn't be what it is today without you. Seems true heroes always prefer leaving quietly.
By the way, should we go say bye to Nahita?
Mesmo que a gente não fale nada, ela vai saber pelos nossos sonhos.
Oh,
Quer dizer, pelos sonhos.
then there's no need to bother her in the real world.
Then, I guess this is goodbye for now, traveler in Paimon. Whether as a client or a friend, you're always welcome to come find me.
Der, você é um amor. Eu queria tanto que o seu kit fosse melhor. Pra te usar mais.
Goodbye, Dia. Bye bye, Sumeru.
Que fizeram com o kit da Der uma sacanagem do caralho, velho. Ai. Tipo, vamos pra Fontaine, né? Como se eu já não tivesse lá. Eu tava até sentado no trono da Furina, pô. Eu usei o Zhongli e o escaramujo, eu só fui subindo. Eu cheguei lá no trono da Furina. Ai, ai. Se bem que eu tô sendo idiota, né? Eu posso pegar aqui a estátua do 7 e só me tacar lá de cima. Cair um pouco mais pra cá, né? Pra não ativar o negócio sozinho e os escaramujo morrer. Aconteceu algo parecido comigo uma vez. Eu caí de um lugar alto, assim, chegando perto de uma missão, e eu só fui lá e o personagem morreu. Ai, ai.
After crossing all that sand and water, we finally made it. Oh, this must be Fontaine's port. Wow, everything looks so advanced in Fontaine. Paimon's heard that the industry here is extremely developed, and there are all kinds of unusual machines.
Tá deixando uma impressão bem diferente.
Seeing the sights as a tourist is nice, but maybe it would be better if we found something to do. What do you think?
Ah, conte.
Good idea! Nahida gave us loads of useful information. Seeking out the 7 is probably still our best source for information at this point.
É, o 7 não, né? Só a Nahida. Os outros 4, cara. Os outros 3 não deram informação nenhuma útil até agora.
Yeah, the more we can learn, the better.
Só a Nahida que se esforçou pra fazer alguma coisa, coitada da criança.
So, what do you think the
Criança.
Hydro Archon's like? Will we get along? Nahida said that she has a very unique personality. To learn about a nation's god, start with the nation's people. There seems to be some locals talking over there. Let's go see if we can join the party.
If you ask me, it's a tragedy how things ended for him. Clearly, he was a pretty decent person.
Yeah, I didn't expect that kind of ending for him. I thought he would at least fight on a little longer for his family. I was expecting a sudden plot twist, but it's a pity that it never happened. Still, his story is quite the tearjerker.
Você tá falando de peça teatral ou o que? Não entendi.
Excuse me, can I help you too? I couldn't help but notice you standing here
Oh!
listening.
Aqui a mulher do mágico. A irmã do mágico, falei errado.
We're travelers new to Fontaine, and we had something we wanted to ask, but you seemed to be really busy talking about some kind of play, so we didn't want to interrupt.
Play? Oh, no. We're talking about something that really happened. In fact, it's a case that was just heard a few days ago.
Really? Like a real trial? But the way you were talking about it and the words you used just now made it sound like some kind of story.
Parece
Well,
fake,
the
né?
tales
Mas
are
é
often based on true stories, aren't they?
justiça
And
esquisita
what
essa
you
de
see in reality
Fontaine.
may also be someone deliberately putting on an act while harboring ulterior motives. Whether something is true or not simply isn't that important. The main thing is whether the story being acted out on the stage is splendid enough. Oh, but it looks like you're not from around here. You probably don't know that the Fontaine Court of Justice is called the Opera Epiclese, or more commonly known as just the Opera House.
É, né? Eles veem os julgamentos como uma espécie de apresentação, né?
But
Uma peça de teatral, sei lá.
court cases be treated a little more seriously than that? Not to question Fontaine's way of doing things. It's just that putting someone on trial is usually a very serious thing.
No worries. Other visitors to Fontaine have wondered the same thing. You could say that we just don't want to waste the moving stories behind those cases.
Mas moça, me responde uma coisa, como é que esse negócio na sua cabeça não caiu?
Foda-se ele da física!
And as for your worries about whether the
Física é
cases
essa.
are treated with due reverence, we have the absolutely just and honorable Chief Justice Neuvillette,
Aí o homem, o Neuvillette.
as well as the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinal, a machine created by the Archon. Between the machine and the Chief Justice, false charges and injustice are a thing of the past now.
Pure trees? Is it some kind of machine too? Oh, Paimon's curious. We should check it out if we get the chance. Wait, Paimon almost forgot to ask you our question. Do you know what we should do if we want to meet the Hydro Archon?
Oh, that's easy. Just go to the Opera House. Lady Farina practically lives there. You could definitely say it's her biggest passion.
I think what they mean is that they wish to speak with the Archon personally. In that case, I'm afraid it's going to be a tad more difficult. You'll have to make an appointment well in advance, and it'll depend on whether or not she has any time slots available.
Marcar horário.
Huh. Is the Hydro Archon super busy taking care of official stuff? Wait, didn't you say that she's always at the Opera House?
No. Lady Farina seldom takes an interest with the nation's affairs. The reason it's difficult to make an appointment is simply because she's incredibly popular.
That's right. After all, she is the Archon. Though she may tend to get a little dramatic from time to time, people can't get enough of her.
Huh. First time Paimon's ever heard of an Archon being described that way before. Wait! Paimon gets now!
Uma celebridade.
Kinda like a big celebrity here, right?
Yeah, I suppose you could say that. But you could even say our mascot.
Mascote.
Hang on.
Pariu.
This is still Fontaine's Archon you're talking about. You should show some more respect.
Yes, you're right. I guess I should at least
Ai,
try
que
to be a
descrição
little more
incrível.
respectful in front of visitors. Otherwise, I might get arrested and find myself face to face with Monsieur Neuvillette.
Come on. Sure, there's a lot of laws here, but nobody's going to be arrested for saying something disrespectful about the Hydro Archon.
É, parece que as pessoas de Fontaine gostam mesmo da Arconte, mesmo que não gostem de ficar reverenciando ela.
Alright, I think we get it. Thank you! At least we now know that we can find the Hydro Archon at the Opera House. But who knows how long making an appointment will take? Guess we could have a look around the city in the meantime. Hey! What are you looking over there for?
Tem uma garota ali.
Huh. Maybe something's the matter. She isn't going to jump into the water, is she? Maybe we better go check on her.
Prelúdio do Orvalho Branco e da Maré Escura. Ai, o sol nessa água tá muito alto. Oi, moça. Fala comigo.
Hello there. Excuse me. Are you alright?
Huh? I'm fine. Thanks.
Oh, okay then. We just noticed that you seem to be worried about something.
About many things, actually. But there's nothing I can do but just keep my troubles to myself. I was just reminiscing about a place my brother and I would play when we were kids. It was just atop that hill over there. See?
You're pointing at the sea. Wait, are you saying that you and your brother lived in the water?
Talvez ela seja uma sereia.
Olha, uma piranha! Quer dizer, uma sereia!
No people call the waters around Fontaine a sea. It's actually just an inland lake that's filled with fresh water. And though I can still see that hill clearly in my memories, now it's been completely submerged. He would skip and jump, tossing sand in the wind. The sun shone brightly, and the air was filled with the scent of the sea. But now, the water is gradually swallowing our memories. It won't be long before it swallows us.
Caraca,
Sorry.
bem triste.
Paimon doesn't really get what you mean.
Deixa eu ver se você tá bem, moça.
I don't believe we've had the
Oh,
pleasure of
aí
meeting.
o...
Are you Lynette's new
o mágico.
friends?
Oh, and you are?
Thanks for looking after my sister. She often comes here to reminisce about our childhood, that's all. There's no need for any concern.
Eu ia falar, e o homem, só que o Linney, ele é muito fanboy, né? Fanboy? Nossa senhora, eu falei tudo errado, é fanboy.
Allow me to introduce myself.
Seu visual é muito
I'm
bonito,
Lynette,
moço.
And this is my sister Lynette. If I had to guess, I'd say you must be travelers from abroad.
Eu vi os... Quem que era, mano? Os chineses ou os coreanos falando que o visual do Linney é muito feminino, não sei o que. Vamos tomar no cu.
Olha a língua.
Nice to meet you. Paimon is Paimon, and this is the traveler.
Mas eles estão fazendo algo diferente do padrão, né?
We were just talking with your sister. Even though we didn't really get what she was saying.
Os caras só querem o iPhone, mano. Vai tomar no cu. Pelo menos deixa os caras trabalhar, alguns homens, pelo menos, né? Eu, hein?
I see. It's unusual for Lynette to be so willing to talk with anyone. In fact, she seldom speaks at all.
Coitada.
I'm usually the only one she ever talks to.
Oh, really? Then you two are just like us. Paimon's always the one talking for some reason.
É, dá vontade de afogar você debaixo da água, tanto que você fala, ô desgraça.
Pra que agredir?
Que você rouba as palavras da minha boca.
So that's how you think it is?
I also think my brother can be too talkative at times.
Seems you were right, Paimon. We are quite similar.
So, what did Lynette mean just now when she said that the water is engulfing
Ay,
your
ay.
memories? and that it won't be long before it engulfs you too.
Oh, that. It's from a prophecy that's been circulating in Fontaine for some time now. Well, I suppose prophecy isn't exactly the right word, because that implies a certain amount of uncertainty. There's no doubt about what's happening in Fontaine now.
E o que tá acontecendo?
Where to begin? Let's put that question on hold for a moment. We still haven't formally greeted each other yet, have we?
Did all the introductions earlier not count?
Hello, traveler.
Oi, oi. Olá. Ele tá com alguma coisa... escondendo alguma coisa, né? Do nada.
And hello, Paimon.
Hey! Why didn't Paimon get a handshake? You're not poking fun at Paimon, are you?
Não quer apertar a mão.
Please, don't take offense. Just consider it a sort of etiquette we have here in Fontaine when making new friends. You should remember it. It might prove useful.
Talvez seja útil pra vocês no futuro. Então tá, né?
Alright then. Well, Paimon's just happy to have a local friend now. By the way, we were just getting ready to go to the Opera House to meet the Hydro-Archon. Would you be able to show us the way?
So you're going to see Lady Farina? No problem at all. In fact, I was planning to go to the Opera House later myself. Please, follow me.
Vamos lá. Leva a gente pra lá, o Mágico de Oz. O visual desses dois aqui ficou muito da hora, velho. Eu não tinha curtido muito no início, mas depois de ficar olhando tanto, principalmente pro Linnea, acho que eu comecei a gostar pra caramba. Quer dizer, o Linnea eu bati o olho e já gostei. O que eu não tinha gostado era o da Lynette. Tinha achado bem meh. Mas já comecei a gostar.
You said you were going to see Lady Farina? Well, it seems Lady Farina has come to see you.
Ih, como assim? Que isso? E a mulher veio ver a gente mesmo? Ou aqui a Florinda? A moça da pistola. Ai, Clorinde, quando é que você vai vir, moça? Tô curioso. Tô curioso pra saber mais sobre você. Ia lá?
So, she's the Hydro-Archon? But how did she know we were looking for her?
My dear people, rich and poor, those with cup in hand.
Nossa, mas o visual dessa garota tá bonito pra caralho, velho. Pô!
Raise your glasses in celebration. If you don't have one, then just raise your hand.
Mas agora entendi esse bagulho da personalidade. O bicho adora chamar atenção, hein? E é um cara de Sumero aqui do nada.
As you can all see, two unfamiliar travelers have arrived in our nation. Come, let us make a toast in honor of this traveler and her companion who have journeyed here from distant lands.
Cara, eu adorei esse bagulho aqui, um olho dos olhos dela, velho, bem legal.
Is she talking about us?
É por que isso do nada? Oxi. Ninguém aqui parece estar com uma taça.
I've long heard of the turmoil and chaos you left in your wake as you visited other nations. But I welcome you nevertheless. No, I have come to receive you personally.
Nossa, moça, seu modelo tá muito bonito, cara. Que é isso, mano?
Fear is for insignificant cowards. I am a god, and I will never entertain the notion of such meaningless wariness. You can be rest assured. I see clearly your sincerity.
Ok, essa foi uma apresentação de Arconte bem da hora. Não tava esperando por isso, não.
Seeking an audience with me is the most sensible thing to do. It will allow you to truly behold my power and witness my authority. Intelligent people always gather under the...
Ai, ai.
I, Focalor, hereby welcome you to the nation of Hydro and acknowledge the value and significance of your trip.
Foi tão fácil assim, né?
You may rejoice in this.
Ah, eu queria ver a Arconte, aí do nada ela aparece na minha frente. É isso, né?
Yeah, Paimon still can't believe it. Feels like we've only been here for a few minutes. But the Hydro-Archon's entrance was, how should Paimon describe it? A little over the top?
Não, foi exagerado não, foi perfeito.
Perfeitamente balanceada. Tudo deveria ser assim também.
Miss Hydro-Archon? How did you know we were coming?
I see. As outlined
Outlanders, you inevitably lack even some of the most basic understanding.
Medíocres e excepcionais.
Can be divided into the mediocre and the excellent. You had best stop and consider. Do you really have the noble qualities and etiquette necessary to communicate with a god?
Ah, foi esse arrombado que falou sobre a gente.
Everything about you.
Oh, talk about sounding high and mighty.
Oh, what's with these looks? Perhaps the welcoming ceremony still isn't enough? What else should I say then?
Is she waiting for us to start talking?
Wow, I didn't expect to see Lady Farina here. What a surprise! Wait, does this mean they're the legendary blonde traveler? How did I not notice before?
Hey, what's all the commotion? Oh, is that Lady Farina?
Algum drama.
Drama going on?
Of course. That's the blonde traveler. The one all those stories are about. Lady Farina came here.
Duelo do século. Como assim? Eu vou ter que lutar contra ela? Assim do nada?
The duel of the century.
Ooh, I've got to see this. I knew Lady Farina would never disappoint.
Yes, but don't get too excited now. My dear believers and spectators alike tend to get quite rowdy, and despite the noise, I've come to tolerate all their ruckus. You may consider this my reward to all of you. I have determined that there will be an epic duel between myself and this traveler from another land,
Ué,
just as you were hoping to see.
como assim duelo, moço? Eu não tô muito afim de lutar, não.
Aren't we getting a little ahead of ourselves?
É, tá bom, velho, tranquilo.
Vence, lixo.
Nossa.
Are you not afraid? Might I remind you that this is a duel against the divine?
Olha, eu lutei contra uma divindade que era uma marionete e uma semi-divindade, então eu acho que eu tô de boa.
What are you trying to do, traveler? Provoking a god in front of her people?
Stand down, Clorend. I admire her bravery. Few have the courage to draw their sword against a god. She is obviously a true warrior. Unfortunately, people nowadays only crave to be thrilled, and a mere duel will not slake their thirst for excitement.
Huh. Yeah, she's right. Just a duel wouldn't be all that interesting.
On Arrhenius, criminals are always requesting duels to defend their honor. They're getting a bit old, to tell the truth.
You see. Then, as the god of justice,
Óbvio, né?
I shall face this traveler in another kind of duel.
Whoa, all right. Now that'll be worth seeing.
Right. This
Não
is
tô entendendo.
Fontaine, after all.
Dá pra ser mais direta, ô Arconte maldita? Tô muito afim de seus truquezinhos hoje, não.
I care so much about the crowd's reactions. Seems you've spent a little too much time in the opera house. Besides, how exactly do you plan to have a duel in court? You mean you're going to put us on trial?
Oh, we have reason to put you on trial. It's obvious, isn't it? According to Fontaine law, no one is permitted to release any flying objects within Fontaine city limits during the first
Objeto
3
voador.
days of each month.
Paimon.
Clearly guilty of violating this law, no?
Oh, so that's what they've done wrong. That's our Lady Farina. No one knows the laws of Fontaine like she does.
You call that obvious? What kind of law is that? Wait, flying object? You mean Paimon?
Precisely! Now, if you two have no objections, then in the name of the Hydro Archon, I order your arrest.
Olha que desgraçada, velho.
My apologies, Lady Farina. I don't mean to spoil the fun. But if you would allow me to interject, I don't think that Paimon here meets the definition of a flying object.
You tell her, Linny! Finally,
Ó, tá pra
someone
quebrar.
crazy! How could anyone call Paimon a flying object?
Ai, o que tá acontecendo, velho? Tô ficando maluco.
Great magician Linny, my beloved citizen. I'll permit you to object, but how exactly do you plan to prove your claim?
As a magician who just rained on your parade, I naturally should shoulder the responsibility of saving the show. So, with such an audience gathered here, allow me to perform a trick for everyone.
Ih? O que é isso que esse cara fez, velho?
Ta-da!
What's that on Paimon's back? Hey, when did you do that?
Ah, na hora quando ele foi cumprimentar a gente, ele tacou alguma coisa, né? É. Só que não deu pra entender o que ele fez aqui, né?
There. As you can all clearly see, Paimon should be classified as, well, something like a balloon. This rope has been in the traveler's hand all along. It was just that no one could see it before.
Huh? You call that magic? You've got to be joking.
I thought it was pretty good. Nice one.
Huh. I'm not sure what to think. It seems Lady Farina's charges no longer hold water.
Ih!
Deve estar bêbado.
Amusing. Very amusing, Linny. Just the sort of unexpected twist that I enjoy. With you here, today's performance can finally be called complete.
Performance? You see all this as a performance?
In which case, consider the matter of your trial resolved. The god of justice will not bring
essa conta é uma lunática.
But when there are valid grounds, I will not only judge travelers from abroad, but even the gods of other lands. I look forward to seeing your upcoming performance at the Opera House, Mr. Linny and Miss Lynette. That's enough for now. Toodaloo!
Não tá, né? Veio, falou um monte de coisa, não deu em nada e agora vai embora. É isso, né?
Eu não entendi esse final. Quer dizer, não entendi foi nada.
Eu, hein? Lunática do cara.
She's gone! Well, that's the most unpredictable Archon Paimon's ever seen. You never even had a chance to ask her anything. But that's a problem for future Paimon. That whole scene just now was really...
É, valeu aí, ô mágico.
Don't mention it. I just happened to remember that there was such a law, so I did a little preparation, just in case. So, now do you see what kind of god Lady Farina is?
She can be a bit confusing at times, but she is still amenable to reason.
É, razão.
Anyway, Paimon had no idea you were a magician, Linny. It sounded like you'll be performing at the Opera House, right?
I just know a few simple tricks I use to make a living. Lynette is my assistant. It will actually be my first time performing on the most prestigious stage in Fontaine, the Opera House.
But isn't the Opera House where criminal trials are held in Fontaine?
When there are no public trials being held, the Opera House hosts a variety of other performances. To the people of Fontaine, the line between a trial and a performance can be a little blurred. And speaking of performances, I would be remiss to forego this opportunity gifted by fate. Might I invite the two of you to see my performance?
My brother's always excited to make new friends.
Oh, sure. We don't really have anything to do now, and we wanted to go to the Opera House anyway.
Beleza.
Splendid. In that case, why don't we go together? I'll show you the way. I just have something to take care of first.
E quer ajuda?
You really mean it? Then I'll take you up on your offer. This is a magical item known as a magic pocket. Perhaps you can help me distribute them to the people here.
Tá, uma sacola.
Huh? What are they going to use it for?
About that... You asked me before about the prophecy, right? Let me start by telling you a little more about what it entails. I'm not sure exactly when it began, but a prophecy has been circulating around Fontaine. It says that every person in Fontaine is born with sin. No matter how the nation of justice holds trial after trial, this sin cannot be absolved. Until one day, the water levels in Fontaine will rise, and the sinful people will slowly be drowned. In the end, the people will all be dissolved into the waters, and only the Hydro Archon will remain, weeping on her throne. Only then will the sins of the people of Fontaine be washed away.
Eu acho que toda essa historinha dele aqui agora foi que ele falou no trailer da 4.0, alguma coisa assim, não foi?
That sounds pretty gloomy. Why are people in Fontaine born with sin? What is that supposed to mean?
There are lots of guesses. Some say that the ancestors of Fontaine stole the power of the seas and stirred its wrath. Others say that the people of Fontaine never heeded the first Hydro Archon's warnings and offended Celestia.
Eita!
But here in Fontaine, evidence is what matters. There hasn't been concrete evidence for any of these claims, so they can only be regarded as conjecture.
If even the people in Fontaine don't know what sin they committed, wouldn't it be better just to ignore the prophecy completely? Why bother feeling guilty all the time?
That's exactly what the people did at first. But in the last few years, the water levels in Fontaine have actually started rising.
A água engole nossas memórias aos poucos e nós seremos os próximos.
Many places have already been completely submerged, and now lie beneath the sea.
Many people carry on with their lives as before and shrug it off as a natural phenomenon. But my family and I think that the people of Fontaine shouldn't ignore the possibility, which would end up sentencing them to death. We hope that at least the people who reside near the waterfront can move away before it's too late. So, we've started distributing magic pockets to them. As a magical item, these magic pockets have astonishing capacity. I'm sure they will come in handy when people are moving their belongings.
É tipo inventário de Isekai.
Paimon gets it! It's like preparing for a rainy day! But this is more than a bit of rain.
Se esse troço for verdade, não tem como prevenir isso, não?
Perhaps only absolute power could ever contend with such a catastrophe. But who knows? We're just tiny specks in the grand scheme of things. Now, if you'd like to help, then please give these magic pockets to anyone nearby. Be sure to convince them to take it, regardless of what they say.
Tá. Como a água desaparecendo na água. Nossa, esse barulho tá muito alto. Ah! Tá, tem que entregar essa bolsa para 3 pessoas, né? Tentar fazer isso rápido pra sair logo desse porto, né?
So you're the blonde traveler that everyone's been talking about. My apologies for not recognizing you earlier.
Imagina. Toma aí uma sacola.
A magic pocket? Seems you really thought of everything. I guess it's better to prepare for the worst and hope for the best. Thanks. Please, also thank the magician on my behalf when you get the chance.
O senhor do bigode, toma aí uma sacola.
So you also believe in the prophecy. Keep it. I won't have any use for it.
What? You mean you don't believe in the prophecy?
No, I believe in the prophecy. But I also believe in another story. The story says that people once lived in the ocean. They were one with the ocean and couldn't live apart from it. But as time wore on, people desired to live on land and developed blood vessels, encapsulating the sea within their bodies. Thus could people set foot on land. So, if you ask me, when the water rises and takes us all, it'll be like we're going home.
É uma teoria interessante. Faz sentido.
I haven't heard that one before. But people can't live underwater. They'll die. You should probably still take it.
Pega aí a sacola.
All right, I'll take it. I guess I just feel that being dissolved into the water doesn't necessarily mean death.
Bom, pelo menos ele pegou a sacola, é o que importa.
Huh? I don't want that thing. Way I see it, if the prophecy's true, it's still gonna be a long time before the water can cover it.
Pega a sacola, eu insisto.
It's all about living in the moment. What use is there in worrying about the future all the time? We'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
You should still take it. You never know when it'll come in handy.
Pegue a sacola. Sacola mágica.
Fine.
Aí.
Thanks. It's just that if I start moving, that means I've already given up on the life I have now. I'd really rather not.
Você pode recusar, mas no final você sempre vai pegar a sacolinha mágica. Afinal de contas, ela é uma sacola mágica, né? Quem não ia querer uma sacola mágica? Ô moço, entreguei aí as sacolas.
You already handed out all of the magic pockets? That was fast. So, what did people have to say? I bet you heard some interesting opinions.
Yes.
Yes, but that will change once disaster strikes. I know they'll change their minds, so it's only right to help them prepare.
Is there anything else you need to do before we leave?
Yes, one last thing. I have the magic pockets made by a workshop in the court of Fontaine. Since we're out and about, I was thinking about bringing him some more materials.
So, you want to collect materials? Just tell us what the materials look like and we'll help. Many hands make light work.
Oh, that would be much appreciated. We'll need some Romaritime flowers. I remember seeing them near the waterfront on the east side of the harbor.
It seems we have to use Hydro to collect Romaritime flowers.
Ah, é justo, né? Eu preciso usar água pra pegar uma planta de água. Faz sentido. Aí é só as plantas de água, moço.
You made quick work of that. I can tell you're an experienced traveler. I've also finished collecting a few here. Maybe next time you'll feel like helping too, Lynette.
No way. I'm in power-saving mode today. Otherwise,
Economia de
I
energia.
won't have any energy left for the performance at the Opera House.
Ela tem uma bateria social, muito bom.
Fine. Though the performance is still a long way off. Now that we're finished here, we should get ready to head back to the court of Fontaine.
So, we're going to the court of Fontaine before we head to the Opera House? Good. Paimon wants a tour of Fontaine's largest city and try...
Wait, shh. Have you noticed that person over there?
Que
The
pessoa?
young girl.
Tô notando agora.
Huh? What's wrong with her? Paimon didn't notice anything.
She's obviously a thief.
Oh,
Magicians and thieves practice similar methods.
tem olho bom, hein,
You
moço?
divert attention, and a distracted audience is one that won't discover what you're really doing.
É, verdade, né? Se você parar pra pensar, um ladrão e um mágico usam o mesmo método, só que um usa pro mal e outro só pra fazer umas brincadeiras aí, né?
Watch her movements carefully.
Bom, mas o que custava olhar pra cá, hein?
Oh, he's right.
Shh, keep your voice down. We need to think of a way to catch her, but it seems she's very alert. Perhaps we should split up. You two can ride the lift over there and wait up top. I bet that'll be her escape route if she tries to run.
Deixa comigo.
All right, let's go.
Vou usar o elevador assim, aqui é o meu elevador.
This is the spot where Linny wanted us to wait. Oh, look! Isn't that her?
Pega ladrão!
Pega ladrão!
Então eu vou dar o fora daqui, tá ligado, meu irmão?
Oh no! Did she notice us? She started running the other direction. What should we do? Should we chase her?
O nosso TV bloquear o caminho.
You're right. She might also be trying to lure us away. Nothing's happened for a while now. Paimon wonders if Linny caught the thief.
Então vamos lá, né?
Yeah, let's go.
Are you sure that's all she took? You should check to make sure you're not missing anything else.
No, that was all. Oh, I can't thank you enough. I didn't notice a thing earlier. Anyway, I should be going now. Thanks again.
Acho engraçado, tipo, o cara tá usando uma roupa como se fosse um cachecolzinho isso aqui, e o bagulho tá colado na roupa. Ai, ai.
Oh, were you returning what the thief had stolen?
Eu tinha até elogiado que eles fizeram uns visual de NPC da hora, aí do nada aparece esse.
That's right. Pity I wasn't able to catch her. She distracted me by dropping the thing she stole on the ground. By the time I looked back, she was already gone.
I saw the general direction she went, but Linny twisted his ankle, and I needed to make sure he was okay.
Oh, did you get hurt, Linny?
I'll be all right. It's just a twisted ankle, that's all. In fact, it's feeling better already.
If you want to play at being a hero, at least try not to get hurt doing it. Imagine what would happen if you managed to derail our performance as a result.
You're right. Sorry, Lynette. I have to admit that the thief was even more skilled than I had anticipated. But at least we were able to get the stolen items back, so it wasn't a complete failure.
What a slippery little thief. Guess things turned out all right in the end, though. Lily's initiative paid off.
All right, let's put this little detour behind us. We should go to the court of Fontaine now.
Nossa, mas foi rápido, hein? Caraca. Pô, vamos parecer um foguete agora indo pra perto do bagulho.
We ride this thing to go into the city? What an ingenious way to get around. People in Fontaine really know how to use water.
This is an aqua bus. It allows people to travel between several key locations around Fontaine. It's pretty convenient, but the ride can become a little dull after a while. The scenery is always the same.
So you mean it's still boring even when I'm riding with you?
No, that's not what I meant. It's just that, well, you don't really talk that much. Besides, it doesn't really feel like a real trip when it's just the two of us. It's the same as being at home.
Whatever.
Consegui desviar do assunto.
That's what it's like to be an older brother.
It's about time for us to leave. Let's get on board.
E aí a mulher. A mulher que tava lá no bagulho do TCG. Oi, Charlotte.
What? Traveler! Paimon!
Charlotte!
Oi.
Oh, I never guessed I'd bump into you while riding the aqua bus. In the story of my life, this is big news. What are you doing in Fontaine? I didn't hear anything about you paying us a visit.
Yeah, it's quite the coincidence. But as travelers, we're always on the move. It's not surprising that nobody knew we were coming. Though we still have no idea how the Hydro Archon knew about us. Oh, let Paimon introduce you to our new friends.
Oh, no need for introductions, Paimon. I would recognize the great magician Linny and his assistant Lynette anywhere. I wouldn't be much of a reporter if I didn't know who they were. It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm Charlotte, a reporter for the Steambird.
Nice to meet you. From the Steambird, huh? We've often relied on your paper to promote our performances.
It's an honor to meet you.
Now that everyone knows each other, Fontaine suddenly doesn't feel like such an unfamiliar place. So, what have you been up to lately, Charlotte? Any big news?
Not too much. When there isn't any breaking news, I mainly cover the trials at the Opera House. You can still manage to keep readers' attention as long as you tell things from a clever enough angle. For example, reporting on how a scammer once deceived vulnerable girls into relationships, or how a financial criminal was once so poor that they ate a single piece of bread for 5 days. You're right. Seems you know me pretty well. What I'm really after is exclusive, sensational news pieces that could shake the country. These smaller stories are a waste of my talents.
Engraçado, né? Tipo, eu conheço a Charlotte porque ela tava naquele evento lá do TCG, mas... E quem não fez aquele negócio? Como fica?
Tomar no cu, pô!
Oh, I just remembered. I've been following a case lately. Well, a series of cases, actually.
You mean the serial disappearances of young women case?
That's right! These stories are the talk of the town right now, and it's probably the most mysterious case we've ever seen. If I'm the first with a draft ready to publish when the case is finally cracked, and it's the headline story in the Steambird, oh, when that happens, I bet all the other reporters will shed tears of envy. I've already gathered all kinds of materials. I just can't wait for the truth to be revealed.
So, what is the serial disappearances of young women case?
That's right. The first missing girl case happened almost 20 years ago.
Nossa, antigo, hein?
And ever since, after a period of time, another girl disappears. What the cases have in common is that the girls are all of a similar age, and that they've all vanished without a trace.
A câmera de Jade lá atrás. É incrível como esse bagulho aparece em qualquer lugar do mapa, né?
But the scariest part is that to this day, none of the girls have ever been found. Many suspects have been arrested over the years in connection with this case, but shortly after each arrest, another disappearance would always happen.
Então tem que ter mais de um criminoso, né?
Yes, it's possible. But either way, I believe that every case has some precise truth behind it, waiting to be exposed.
Yes, I agree. And at the very least, the family of those missing girls deserves some sort of explanation. I just imagined for a second what I would do if Lynette were to suddenly disappear. I'd pay any price to get her back, and then find a way to track down the culprit.
Please don't imagine that, Lenny.
E não é como se eu tivesse chegado aqui de ônibus pela primeira vez. Vamos fingir, né? Nossa. Caramba, como a Fontaine é bonita. Primeira vez que eu estou pisando nesse lugar. Ai, ai. Cara, imagina andar todo esse caminho lá daquele porto até aqui sem esse ônibus. Acho que deve ser facilmente uns 15 a 20 minutos, né? Eu vi alguém falando meia hora, mas acho que meia hora até é demais.
Well, I really enjoyed chatting with you. Life should be full of pleasant little surprises like this. Yeah, us as well. The ride went by too quickly. I have an interview to get to. I should get going before I'm late. Okay. Paimon hopes we can chat again soon, Charlotte. Bye now. Oh, be sure to stop by and see me at the Steambird when you have time. What a tough job. Always running around and interviewing everyone. Well, where should we go now?
If you don't mind, how about we stop by my home first? Besides, I still have all the materials we collected.
Sure, we wouldn't mind at all. This city is so huge, Paimon wouldn't know where to start anyway.
This is our current abode. Ah, Fremine, you're home. Where did everyone else go? I have some new friends that I would like to introduce.
O Fremineto.
Oh, they all just went out a moment ago.
I see. Everyone is getting busier now that Father will be returning soon. I suppose that can't be helped. Allow me to introduce you to my little brother, Fremine. He is a phenomenal diver.
Hello.
Oi.
Nice to meet you. Paimon is Paimon, and this is the Traveler. Oh, you sound very proud to have a diver as a brother, Lenny.
O cara tem uma cacetada de parente.
Lenny, could you come here for a moment?
What is it, Fremine? Do you have something to tell me?
Não tem problema não, né? Tô só atrapalhando, né?
Okay, I see.
Is everything all right?
Oh, it's nothing. We were just discussing a little housework. Sorry for the interruption. Oh, before I forget, the Traveler and I collected more materials to make magic pockets. Were you able to get any, Fremine?
Yes, I went diving and gathered lots of materials. I was about to give them to you.
That's our Fremine, always quick with the underwater work. All right, I'll take these to the workshop.
Ó, tá chovendo?
Tá chovendo. Tá chovendo.
Primeira vez que chove em alguma cidade.
Looks like rain.
Ah, vai mesmo?
Oh, you're right. But wasn't it clear and sunny just a moment ago? Fontaine's weather sure is weird.
I'm afraid that's just how it is here. It often rains on days where there are trials being held in the Opera House, but don't worry, it'll clear up soon enough.
What's wrong, Fremine?
There's a legend about the rain that I tend to believe. It's said that a dragon of water once resided in Fontaine. Though we don't know where the dragon went, every time it weeps, the skies will cloud up and pour out rain. When I was a child, my mother told me that if I wanted to go outside and play, I should yell toward the sky at the top of my lungs. Hydro Dragon! Hydro Dragon! Don't cry!
Ah, tipo Devalen, né?
If it's an elemental dragon, then having the power to make it rain wouldn't be very unusual.
Esse dragão aí é o Neuvillette, né? Tipo, não é como se não fosse... sei lá, né? Vai que mostra aí na real. Aí o Neuvillette não é nenhuma. Mas ele passa essa vibe de dragão elemental, né? Uma forma humana.
Hydro Dragon, don't cry!
Doesn't seem to be of any use. It is just a legend after all.
Adiantou. Não...
You know, you might be a more popular magician if you understood the concept of romanticism.
Isso é verdade. Falta um Falta um tiquinho de empatia.
Sorry, it might be because we've never met the Hydro Dragon. Perhaps it can't be comforted by the words of strangers.
O Neuvilete tá triste. O que será que aconteceu?
It's already getting late.
Was there something you needed to do, Linny?
Yeah, some preparations for the show at the Opera House. I need to find a way to catch the last aqua bus of the day. On the day of the performance, just ride the aqua bus to the island of Aeneas. I'll have Lynette meet you at the fountain in front of the Opera House.
Beleza.
Oh, are you leaving now?
What is it, Fremine? I'm in a hurry. Oh, I get it. You feel nervous delivering the materials for the magic pockets, is that it? Perhaps we could trouble the traveler to help us take these materials to the Beaumont workshop and deliver them to the owner there? I'm afraid that Fremine can be quite introverted, and the boss there tends to be pretty talkative. Fremine has always been a little afraid of her.
No trouble at all. Don't worry, we're on the case.
Sorry for the inconvenience. I'm quite useless when it comes to such tasks. I'll think of a way to make it up to you.
Oh, no need. This will be a walk in the park for us.
Cara, desde que ontem caiu a luz, eu tava gravando o bagulho do cair, eu tô com muito medo de continuar gravando aqui, velho. Tipo, pô, foi muito do nada, velho. Eu tenho certeza que corrompeu aquelas 1 hora de arquivo, mano. Se não tiver corrompido, eu vou ficar bem triste, cara.
Hello? Is there anyone here?
Aoba.
Oh, hello there. New customers? Looking to buy, or do you need something made? Or perhaps you're just looking for a chat with me.
Conversar pouco.
Oh no, we're just here to deliver some materials. Here they are. They're for making... what were they called again?
Ah, these must be for magic pockets. I could tell right away. I've already made several orders worth now.
Tem que pagar algo?
No need. They've already prepaid several batches worth. When they told me what they'd be using them for, I even offered them a discount.
O gerente enlouqueceu.
But they insisted on paying the full amount, saying that I had a business to run. It seems both their hearts and their pockets are made of gold.
Wow. So, is Linny actually loaded?
I can't say for sure, but who knows? Maybe there's good money to be made being a magician in Fontaine.
Hey! Is this machine what you use to make stuff here? It looks really advanced.
Why use your hands when a machine can do the work? It would be a waste not to use the latest technology. And wasting is a kind of crime.
Justo. Concordo com você.
But where does a big machine like that get its power from?
Well, it's a little complicated. I'm not sure I can put it in layman's terms for you, but basically, everything we usually use here in the city is powered by indemnitium. It's a type of energy that's produced from trials.
Huh? How can trials produce energy?
Well, I'm not completely sure of all the details myself. When a trial is in session, the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale harvests people's belief in justice and converts it into energy to be used all around Fontaine.
Eu vi que eles falaram isso lá na live, mas assim... E se essa crença acabar? Como é que fica? Vai colapsar tudo?
Paimon heard that the Oratrice was created by the Archon to make judgments. But... Paimon still doesn't get it. How could something unreliable like people's beliefs be turned into a stable power source for these machines? Oh, yeah! So that means the Hydro Archon relies on the machine to take the energy created by belief and turn it into power for all of Fontaine, right?
Even though I've never heard anyone really put it that way before, it sounds like it makes sense. Besides indemnitium, we have another type of energy called pneumosia. It isn't produced by the power of the Archon, but it is unstable by nature. Even now, it still cannot be widely used by civilians.
I thought I'd find you hard at work, but here you are chatting the day away. Since you're already talking, I'm sure you wouldn't mind a few words with me.
Hey, Case.
You again? Didn't I already promise you that I'd have the more I owe to Confrérie of Cabriere by next month? Why are you hounding me now?
E são agiotas essas pragas aí?
Yeah, but how do we know that you won't go running off by the end of this month? I want 50% today. Wait, no? 70%.
Huh? You...
Seems business isn't so great for the workshop. We've already finished our job and delivered the materials. Maybe now's a good time to leave?
Hey, hold on. Before you go around trying to collect payments, why don't you settle your own debts?
Mas já se apareceu, moço?
If Confrere of Cabriere wants to poach clients from Northland Bank, that's fine. But I'm afraid you still owe the bank a hefty sum of mora. So why don't we work things out between us first, before you get back to your little conversation here?
Eu achei que o cara só ia aparecer lá no julgamento, mas do nada ele brotou.
You're from Northland Bank. But we said we'll pay everything we owe next month. Why are you hounding me now?
Traveler, Paimon! I didn't think I'd run into you here in Fontaine. What are the chances?
We're surprised to see
Eu
you
digo
too.
mesmo.
What are you doing here in Fontaine? You didn't want to stay in Snezhnaya?
Quantas coincidências.
Long story short, I've already been in Fontaine for some time now. And honestly, things have been pretty boring. But it seems that fate brought our paths together today. Not only will I have some good friends here now, but ones who always seem to find trouble. Either way you look at it, it seems things are going to get a lot more interesting now.
Pretty sure we'd want to avoid anything that you'd find interesting. Besides, our trip here has gone pretty well so far. Right, Traveler?
Mas crem... Tá de boa.
Hey, you, Northland Bank boy. Aren't you forgetting something?
Don't interrupt. It's not often I run into the Traveler like this. Why don't you wait for me over there?
Mandou o Shard literalmente falou: vai se ferrar, vai. Deixa quieto.
You kidding? Aren't you the one looking for us? You really expect us to sit and twiddle our thumbs while you catch up with your friends? Listen to me, boy. If you want your mora, fine. Why don't you come and take it?
Hey, I just said not to interrupt. Oh, by the way, Traveler, the last time I took Tonya and Tusser ice fishing, Tusser said...
Hey! That's way over the line! All right, boys, let's see who has to pay up now!
Can you at least let me finish one sentence? Fine. Though the bank told me not to get rough with our clients, you're the ones who started it. This is an act of self-defense. You two will have to be my witnesses, okay?
Tá bom.
I'm sure this won't take long.
Se você insiste, só não mata eles, tá? Por favor. Da hora! Tô testando o Shard. Aí sim, curti. Ai, que legal eu aqui, mano. Que legal. Que da hora.
How are you so strong if you're just a staffer from Snezhnaya's Northland Bank? Wait, don't tell me you're...
Ele é.
Então ele é?
Oh, now you notice. It's a little late, don't you think? Just make sure you understand that you don't mess with Northland Bank. Got it? Huh?
Ih, o que aconteceu? Ih, perdeu a visão dele?
Huh. That was weird.
O que aconteceu?
I'm not sure. It's as if I suddenly lost control of my hydro powers when I needed them. Maybe there's something wrong with my vision?
Strange. How could that happen? First time Paimon's ever heard of someone losing control of their vision.
Tipo, eu já vi gente roubar a visão. Agora, a visão perdeu o poder e é novidade.
It doesn't matter. If I want to stay sharp, I shouldn't be relying too much on my vision anyway. Besides, I always have my delusion in case I need it.
Eu não tenho visão, então eu não sei o que, né?
So what are you doing in Fontaine, child? And don't say it's work for Northland Bank.
Well, I guess it's because I've been in a bad mood lately.
Huh? What kind of reason is that? Wait, since when do you feel down about anything?
Tô com depressão, por isso que eu vim pra Fontaine.
I don't know. Maybe I still have a lot to learn about myself. But recently, there seems to be some sort of restless power stirring inside of me. And I don't know why, but every now and then I feel like I'm in a terrible mood.
Maybe you losing control of your vision just now is connected with that power you're feeling inside.
That is a possibility.
Você tem alguma ideia do que
I
possa ser
can't
isso?
remember if I ever mentioned it before, but when I was 14, I fell into some unknown abyss. It was during that time I learned nearly all of my abilities. The one who took me under her wing and taught me was named Skirk. She was always quiet and very mysterious. Nobody knew where she came from or what she had been through, and she was always very strict when teaching me combat techniques. One time, I asked her why she was willing to take me on as an apprentice. From what I could make of her answer, it was because I had awakened it, and traces of it remained on me. She said that all my combat training would be useful in the future.
But what is it? What did you awaken?
E o que seria aquilo?
She never explained that. But my guess is that it's related to a dream I saw when I had just fallen into that abyss. In my dream, I was in the deepest depths of the sea, and the boundless seabed was all around me. But in front of me appeared a whale that was so massive, I felt like I couldn't breathe.
A whale? Oh, that sounds familiar! When we fought against you before, you summoned a huge whale that seemed to leap at us. Is that the one?
That's just an abstract form of a whale that I create using my elemental powers. It takes that shape because the scene I dreamt of the whale has always been stuck in my mind. I'll never forget it.
So you used the whale as inspiration for one of your moves? Huh. Seems a little twisted to Paimon.
Parece pouco surtado.
Ele é esquizofrênico, é assim mesmo.
É, o poder dentro de você tá conectado com o abismo.
So why don't you just go ask your master? Maybe she knows the answer.
You make it sound so easy. Ever since the incident I experienced there, I've never stopped searching for Master Skirk and that unknown abyss. But it's been years now, and I've still found nothing. There isn't even a trace of the place where I remember falling into the abyss.
Oh, it sounds like some kind of ghost story.
Yeah, I'm out of leads at this point, but there's nothing more I can do. It seems that strange encounters in this world tend to be elusive like that. Oh, seems the time really flies when I'm talking with you. I just remembered I have somewhere else I need to be, so...
What? More work for the Northland Bank?
No, it's more of a personal appointment. Lately, I've been sparring with some of Fontaine's official champion duelists whenever I'm feeling bored.
Official champion duelists? You mean it's their job to duel?
Yep. In Fontaine, before a criminal goes to court, they're given one chance to defend their honor by requesting a duel with an official champion duelist. The champion duelists are all-powerful fighters selected from among the nation's best. And the duel itself is a no-holds-barred fight with no specified stopping point.
Interessante.
So engaging in such a duel is regarded as a symbol of defending your honor. If a criminal manages to win the duel, they'll be acquitted. But if they lose, they'll have no choice but to stand trial. And the worst-case scenario is that you're simply killed in the duel.
Eita pega.
Though it's rumored that Fontaine has a death penalty, from what I can tell, no one has ever been officially sentenced to death. So really, the only people who opt to duel are those who have suffered a grave injustice in being accused, or those who greatly value their honor. Otherwise...
So, do many people actually get out of their trials by winning the duel?
Apparently, it's exceedingly rare for anyone to actually win. Fontaine probably enacted this system as a way to show that the nation respects the honor of its citizens.
Vamos... A Furina deve ter pensado assim, vou colocar esse negócio aí só pra fingir que as pessoas podem se absolver do crime delas, mas quem disse que vai ser fácil, né?
Besides, none of the champion duelists are to be trifled with, which is exactly why I was itching to face them as soon as I got to Fontaine. Apparently the one I'm meeting today, Clorend, is the strongest of the champion duelists.
É a mulher das
I've been asking her
coxas.
for some time before she finally agreed to face me today.
Well, that's child for ya. Paimon feels like we heard that name somewhere before. Clorand.
Oh, before I forget, I want you to have this.
Isso o quê? Ih!
Huh? Your vision?
E o bicho vai entregar a visão assim do nada?
I'm just worried that it could become uncontrollable again. I'd be pretty upset if it got in the way of my duel, so I think I'll be better off without it for now. Besides, I just need you to hold on to it for a short while. I'll come retrieve it when I have some time later.
Paimon knows what you're up to. You just want an excuse to come talk to us again, don't you?
Whatever gave you that idea? I'll be in touch later.
Então tá, né? Até mais.
That sneaky guy. He said he's been feeling down lately, but he seemed the same as ever to Paimon. Well, since we don't have much to do for now, we might as well walk around and see the city before Lenny's performance.
Cara, eu achei da hora que a gente tava ali vendo o Shard combatendo ali. Foi bem da hora isso. São esses pequenos detalhes que deixa tudo muito bom, sabe? Fala baixo. Fala baixo, meu filho.
Paimon never saw that twist coming. The murder mystery novels here are amazing. The whodunits here in Fontaine are a lot different than the light novels you see from Yai Publishing House. Both have their merits, but Paimon thinks this style of novels are more, well, novel. It's so exciting to reach the moment when the mystery is uncovered, especially in the one Paimon was just reading. You should buy a copy and read it too.
Você já me disse quem é o assassino.
Oh, sorry about that. Paimon will be more careful next time. Hey, shouldn't we be heading to the Opera House to see Lenny's performance soon? It's almost time for the show to start, so we should get going. Lenny said that the Opera House is on Araneias, so let's go ride the Aquabus.
Ih, aqui um CD, velho. Você vende livro aí, moço? Ah, vende, claro que vende. Comprei uns livrinhos. Detalhe do evento. Colete 6 marcotes, já peguei um. Depois eu vou dar uma olhada nisso aqui. Tentar fazer rapidão, né? Já que o troço só tem 12 dias pra fazer, né? Bom, é isso. Essa foi a primeira parte aqui da história de Fontaine. E eu não queria comentar muito, porque eu vou falar mais no final do ato 1, né? Mas, cara... Ai, essa introdução da Furina, dando boa-vinda pra gente, querendo levar no julgamento. Isso foi... Ai, aquilo foi muito bom. E do nada o bagulho do Shard, o cara aparecendo, metendo a porrada em uns agiota aí que tentaram passar a perna na ferreira. E do nada o cara entrega a visão dele falando: ah, a gente vai encontrar de novo, né, e tal. Mas... olha, amigo, a última vez que a gente ganhou um item de algum Fatui, ela meio que... morreu! Será que vai acontecer o mesmo com o Shard? Não sei, né? Mas bom, enfim. Esse vídeo vai ficando por aqui. Muito obrigado por ter assistido até agora. Deixa um like, se inscreva no canal. E... até a próxima.